overdose death. Police say she watched her friend overdose and did nothing about it. Now she could be held responsible for his death. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Spieler.
And I'm Fianchen Stinger. It is the big story right now. Fox 59's Nick McGill actually talked to the prosecutor today. He joins us now with much more on this case. Nick?
It's the latest example of a more aggressive strategy in the fight against the opioid problem.
Anything we can do to bring a stop to this is what we're going to do.
19-year-old Anna Southgate behind bars for the overdose death of her 16-year-old friend. 16-year-old Jacob Root overdosed at Southgate's house in early January. Police say she gave him heroin laced with fentanyl. According to court documents, Southgate knew he was too high and overdosing, but didn't contact anyone for help. Instead, police say she tried to keep him awake while conducting Google searches on what to do if your friend has overdosed. When help was finally called, Root was already dead.
Over a number of years, we've kind of become increasingly aggressive with our enforcement. This is the next step,
Hancock County Prosecutor Brent Eaton wouldn't go into the specifics of the case, but says charging decisions like these are part of a growing strategy by prosecutors to handle the opioid epidemic.
We're going to do everything we can, not only to people that are distributing narcotics, but in those situations where someone passes, we're going to look at all the tools we have in the toolbox, all of the resources we have to see that those people are held accountable.
Prosecutors aren't the only ones.
Fentanyl is poison. Fentanyl belongs in a hospital.
Earlier this year, State Senator Jim Merritt introduced similar legislation that would increase the severity of charges to someone who dealt drugs laced with fentanyl, resulting in a death. For him, he says, it's about sending a message.
And drug dealers are business people. They will shy away from Indiana if we take a very, very tough stance on drug dealing as a whole.
As for Eaton, he says he hopes an aggressive stance can prevent more tragedies from happening.
A young man passed away, and there's nothing in the world that can make that family whole.
Southgate is currently behind bars at the Hancock County Jail. She's expected in court tomorrow here in Greenfield. Nick McGill, Fox 59 News.